Wow, so many things have changed since I was a kid at the track. Like the concerts, so many concerts.
So many more concerts.
I love that.
There's a lot of changes going on. I was able to speak with the president of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, Doug Boles, and he showed me just what he had planned for the future of the Motor Speedway. You've been a lifelong race fan, haven't you?
I have been a lifelong race fan. I can't think of anything else that I've wanted to do or be around other than motorsports since as far back as I can remember. My mom has a photo of me at 10 months old in my diaper on my knees with a big Indy car rolling it across the floor, and it's a little black and white photo that I keep in my house, and I still have the car actually that I use. So it's really all I know, and all my memories go back to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway and the Indy 500.
What do you really look forward to? What's your favorite part about the job?
Well, my favorite part about the job is sort of my favorite part about the year, which is that 15 minutes right before the command to start engines. It's like Christmas Eve when you go to bed and you see the presents that you get to open the next morning. And then once the green flag drops, for me, that's sort of Christmas Day. You enjoy it, and it's a day you really like, but that anticipation and excitement of those 15 minutes leading up to the command. So it's back home again in Indiana. It's the singing of the national anthem. It's all those things that make you really proud to be a Hoosier and make you really understand that the tradition and the roots that are laid here over the last 106 years at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway all comes out in those 15 minutes.
That's what I was wondering about too. What are your favorite 500 traditions? Do you have any?
Yeah, absolutely. So my favorite 500 tradition, without a doubt, is the singing Back Home Again in Indiana. And this year we're going to do it without Jim Neighbors. And I try and remind people that Jim Neighbors wasn't the tradition. The tradition is the singing of the song. And then our fans ultimately made Jim Neighbors that tradition. But that minute and a half to me is the absolute best thing about the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. It's just because everybody, whether you're from Indiana or not, whether you're sitting here in the venue or you're watching it at home, for those few seconds, everybody in the world's a Hoosier, and you're just really, really proud to be a Hoosier. And then I think the command is awesome, and then the start of the race, watching 33 cars roll into turn one, is one of those favorite traditions of mine. And some starts are better than others, and they're strung out a lot. I like them when they're bunched up and they go through turn one. But those are probably the two things that really drive me all year long. It's the singing of Back Home Again in Indiana when you know you're just about to start the Indianapolis 500, and then those few seconds as those 33 men and women race into turn one.
And speaking of family and traditions, you have a family member in the race this year, don't you?
Yeah, this will be the second year. Conor Daly is my stepson, and he ran in 2013. He didn't run in 2014, but he's going to run again here in 2015. And that it makes things interesting around our house. So my wife worries a lot about it. She's here every day, and she's got customers and clients. She has a little business that she does here as well. But just trying to keep her calm and keep her focused on what she's doing, and then just trying to support Conor wherever we can. I mean, Conor grew up. His dad raced here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. He grew up in the paddock with me, driving around motorhomes to all the IndyCar races. So this is sort of where he belongs, and it feels like family to him. But for the start, it'll certainly be a moment that I'm nervous about. In 2013, we had issues with our gate. We backed up the gates, and some of our fans stood for 45 minutes to an hour. So unfortunately, all I really got to do that race was to walk down and give Conor a thumbs up as he was strapped in the car. And then I literally watched him get through the first two corners and never watched another lap the rest of that race. So I'm going to try and take a few more minutes this year and pay attention pre-race and then as the race goes on to see how Conor's doing.
The 100th running of the Indianapolis 500 next year. Can you tell us anything about that?
That's the 100th running of the Indy 500 is going to be just a really, really big moment in our history. We've celebrated the 100th anniversary of the track being built when it was built in 1909, and the 100th anniversary of the 500. The first one was in 1911. But because we didn't run during World War I and we didn't run during World War II, those hundreds didn't match up. So it's allowed us sort of to celebrate 3 hundreds, 3 centennials. But next year, to me, is going to be the most important one. So this year's the 99th running in the Indy 500. Big year to begin with. But the 100th is going to be really special. So we're going to have a lot of things that we're going to do a little bit differently. We're going to try and elevate the excitement around the Indy 500 and the celebration. We're going to add some new things to the facility, some new seating, a lot of things that our fans will see that will be different when they come here. So that'll be great as well. But the entire month is just going to be a celebration of our history, but also sort of a celebration of what's to come. The Indianapolis 500 has always kind of grown with each decade and each year that it's run. And so we want to celebrate the history because the history is what makes the Indy 500 special. Without the history, we're just another racetrack and just another race. But the history is what sets us apart. But we have to remember that we need to continue to think about what's the future of the Indy 500. So this isn't just a look back and celebrate point. This is a launching pad to going forward for the next 100 years. So I think it'll be great. Our fans can't wait. We can't wait. As soon as the checkered flag falls on the 99th, we're going to start focusing on the 100th. I think it'll be a special year for everyone.
I cannot wait to see how it turns out. Now, what would you say to anyone who's not really familiar with racing but has come to the Indy 500? What should they know?
Well, I think the thing about the Indy 500 that's special is the race takes place on the track, but it's so much bigger than that. It's an event, and so the 300,000 people that are here, many of them aren't really race fans, right? They are Indy 500 event fans. It's something that they do every year. It's kind of a tradition that they have, and even if you're not a race fan and have never been, when you come here, just the size of the place is impressive. The number of people that are here is impressive. The electricity that you feel on race morning, whether you're a race fan or not, you can't ignore it. It's amazing. When Kurt Busch ran here last year in the Indy 500, on the night of the victory banquet, I had an opportunity to talk with him. He said, "I've never experienced anything like that. That electricity that you feel leading up to strapping into the car and the race starting." Even a fan who's not a race fan, even an attendee who's never been here before will feel that, and it's something you never forget.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much for speaking with us.
Well, happy to be here. It's you can count. I love this brand. I love the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. I love the Indy 500, and I love our fans. Our fans are what make this special, and our fans are so passionate about it. You know, it's a blessing to be here to sort of represent them, and every day we're looking through that lens of how do we make that fan experience better, and we're gonna continue to try and do that as long as I'm around.
You do a fantastic job.
Well, thank you.
We're happy to have you. We're looking forward to the 99th running of the Indianapolis 500.
That was really neat that you got to sit down with the president of the Motor Speedway and talk to him about everything racing.
I was really excited. It was a pleasure to speak with him, and I am so excited about the future of the Speedway.
I saw him at the track, and he was a celebrity. People knew who he was. They wanted to take pictures with him. It was really cool.